And when I say Andy, I'm talking about Bryshere's mom. I'm going to kick you in your pussy and I'm going to go to work North Philly style, bitch. And Charlie, you happy now? He's a gay. Are you happy now, Andy? For a book that didn't sell. I hope that new husband of yours leaves you. And maybe it's time you tell your son why his father is really in jail, his biological father, for all of his life and what you had to do with it.
Because P. Diddy be wanting the body. And you gotta tell him no. You got to tell him no. I did. I did. See, I got the receipts for everything I'm telling you. That's why I can say them. So.
We all know Katt Williams been calling out Hollywood for years. No filter, just raw truth. But this time, he locked in on Bryshere Gray's situation, and what he had to say is pretty scary. Now, just so we're all clear, this ain't me accusing anybody. I'm just the one laying out the pieces from what's being said by folks close to the situation and on the internet. So don't mix me up in no drama. That said, let's talk Bryshere. Dude had it all: talent, energy, that look TV loves. But once the Empire lights faded out, so did everything else. What's wild is, it ain't just about a show getting canceled. This story go way deeper. Katt Williams even came out and said what folks have been whispering for years. Stars like Bryshere don't fall, they get set up. See, Bryshere ain't come from a silver spoon background. He was out in Philly grinding, worked at Pizza Hut just to fund his rap grind, paying for music videos, studio time, all that out of pocket. He went by Yaz the Greatest, stayed focused, and pushed hard through social media when that 9 to 5 wasn't cutting it no more.
I said I'm an alpha, no omega. Call me as the greatest, motherfucker, I'm a player. Call me Brother Lynch, cause these getting hung. I'm from Philadelphia. Niggas where you from?
Then, one link up changed his whole life. Charlie Mack came into the picture. Industry cat, tight with Will Smith, had some real pull. Got Bryshere a video audition for Empire. Lee Daniels saw it, liked what he saw, and just like that, Bryshere got flown to LA to read with Taraji and Terrence. And boom, he landed Hakeem Lyon. Whole industry started saying he was next up.
I like you a lot already.
Hey. I like you.
We've already started rapping, and it's a song called
Nikki So Quickie.
Give Me a
Nikki.
Or a
Quickie.
What?
But the come up always looked prettier from the outside. While he was blowing up on screen, off camera was a whole different beast. At first they said he was getting mentored. Will Smith, Lee Daniels, even Meek Mill was showing face. But now there have been these nasty theories that the mentorship might have been just a mask. Behind the scenes, Bryshere was allegedly being prepped, not for stardom, but for something way darker. Jaguar Wright, who's been exposing the game from the inside, said it loud, claimed Bryshere's mom wasn't who she claimed to be. According to her, she wasn't some working class success story. She was allegedly tied to street life, bouncing from situation to situation, just trying to get her son in the spotlight by any means.
Because of Charlie, see? And Charlie had promised her all kinds of things. And all she had to do was pretend to be a broken down single mom who worked her way up through the ghetto and raised a superstar for television, when the truth is she wasn't nothing but a drug dealer's whore. That's all she ever was. She went from drug dealer to drug dealer, and then she snitched on whoever she needed to snitch on until she could get to the bigger bag.
Jaguar said the real one who raised Bryshere was Larry Larr, her friend, and he did it in $1 million home. So right out the gate, the whole narrative felt twisted.
Until she got with Larry Larr, my friend who raised Bryshere in $1 million home. Your whole book is lies, Andy. And I hope anybody that bought it asks for a refund and demands it comes out of your pocket every time they see your son's gate.
Now bring Katt Williams into the mix, and everything starts hitting different. In his sit-down with Shannon Sharpe, Katt broke down the entire system, said young black artists like Bryshere get offered mentorship, then hit with so-called freak-off situations where your career gets traded for your silence. Real freaky setups, parties that ain't really parties, and roles that come with strings way beyond acting. Katt said Hollywood uses these moments to break you in or break you down, and if you don't go along, you get shut out.
They canceled me for talking about Harvey Weinstein before the thing came out, but he offered to suck my in front of all my people at my agency. What am I supposed to do? He did all of that. I'm thinking I'm the only black person on the script. I get there, it's 3 other black guys on there. Woo.
So you wonder what they did to get that?
I told him no. What y'all do? And this is why when I walk in a room, heads go down.
Bryshere's situation got real familiar, real fast. Once Empire got caught up in the Jussie Smollett mess and Fox pulled the plug, that's when the shift came. Bryshere never got any roles. His music slowed up, the same folks who were praising him went radio silent. And just when he needed a lifeline, nobody picked up. Then came the headlines. First, it was a 2019 pullover. False registration, no license, minor charges, but a sign things were shifting.
So I cleaned it up. And I asked her and I said, so if I didn't clean this up, you would have to clean it up. And she said, no. She started snapping at me and she'd do something at me. I do something back.
Then in July 2020, it all broke loose. His wife Candace ran to a gas station, told a stranger she was getting beat up and held inside their house. Cops showed up, Bryshere wouldn't come out. They had to call SWAT. 9-hour standoff later, he finally surrendered.
Empire. Tonight we're seeing hours of new video from his July arrest that ended with his wife flagging down police and telling them the actor had assaulted her for hours inside their Goodyear home. The bizarre jailhouse interview lasting for 2 hours as they try to piece together a chaotic chain of events.
Team 12's Michael Doudna brings us the late-breaking details from the celebrity's high-profile arrest right here in the Valley.
His mugshot went viral. He looked beat up mentally, physically, emotionally. The man that once stole scenes on Empire, barely recognizable. He pled guilty and got 10 days locked up, 3 years probation. But it ain't stopped there. Soon after, a video from the police interrogation dropped. For 2 hours, Bryshere switched stories back and forth. Said he was at a friend's crib, then said his phone was dead, then flipped again and claimed his wife was lying. At one point, he went on about open relationships and girls texting him wild messages. None of it connected to the charges. It came off like he wasn't just unstable, he was spiraling.
I guess they got into an argument or whatever. I was at my friend's house playing football.
But Gray's wife says she knows exactly why Gray claimed Mark carried out the crime.
He just says his name is Mark. That's like his old fake name.
In what is a bizarre 2-hour interview with police, the actor constantly changes his story.
I don't live in that regular world space. You know what I mean?
At one point, Gray claims to police he learned about the massive presence outside of his Goodyear home in a phone call at a friend's house, until police told them that they could track cell phones.
It's a cheap phone, so I didn't take that with me to John's house at all.
Oh, which phone did you take?
I hide this phone under the mailbox, like under the neighborhood.
Mr. Gray, you are under arrest.
His wife made it even clearer. She told cops he had bipolar disorder and ADHD and had stopped taking his meds. And if that's true, it explains a lot. Mental health plus alleged trauma plus the pressure of going from broke to famous overnight to being broke again. It's a combo that'll crack even the strongest. And while people were roasting him online, what most missed was the bigger picture. Hollywood has allegedly been doing this. Build him up, strip him down, move on to the next. From Orlando Brown to Amanda Bynes, even Jussie, this ain't new. But here's where it gets heavy. Jaguar Wright didn't just say Bryshere was broken. She said that after Hollywood turned his back on him, after the industry blackballed him and shut every door, Bryshere's only way to survive was gay corn.
You and Charlie, you happy now? He's a gay star. Are you happy now, Andy?
I mean, just take a look at his Twitter. He is really out here bending for other men for some money. Jaguar Wright dropped even more heat on it. She said Bryshere and Meek Mill were both seen running from Will Smith's house, screaming for help, claimed it wasn't mentorship going on in there.
They do weird things in their house, and young men have left their house screaming to get away from them in their mentorship. Meek Mills, Bryshere Gray, left that house screaming. August the only one that stayed, and I guess he was really sick. He needed the help.
She even alleged that was the same reason why Jaden Smith left when he was 15.
Have collectively, including Will Smith, let's not leave him out. Why your son hates you? Why does your son hate you? What did you do?
Then there was David Arquette's post calling out Will for ending his first marriage because his first wife allegedly caught him in bed with another man. Said Benny Medina was the man funding it all. None of these claims have been denied directly. But when Will's ex-assistant Bilal came out and said he caught Will in bed with actor Dwayne Martin,
check into a rehab. And they'll pay for the rehab. Even though you're not on drugs, they're gonna pay for the rehab. And you have to go if you want to work with them. And then I saw sexual acts that I walked in on.
Who'd you walk in on?
Him and Dwayne Martin.
Okay.
Hollywood is the hurry up and wait game. So 3 minutes later, after them telling me, hey, you got eyes on Will, we need him to come watch this. So I'm running all over the studio. He's not in his dressing room. I go to the cafeteria. I'm like, but I see his car there. I'm like, where's this guy at?
Will threatened a lawsuit real quick, but for all the other accusations, silence. That selective silence says a lot. At the same time, Diddy's name been floating around in similar waters. From lawsuits with Cassie to past court filings saying he was being looked at for relationships with young men. Everything's been building for years. So when folks started wondering why Bryshere's career vanished after connecting with Will and Diddy, the story kind of wrote itself. And after all this resurfaced in 2024, word is Bryshere gearing to drop a $50 million lawsuit against both Diddy and Will. If true, that move could shake the whole system, but whether it actually happens or gets blocked like before, we'll have to wait and see. Still, people online have been catching on. One user said he was such a young, beautiful, bright star. Damn shame the industry got him. While another said, baby, they took advantage of him. They saw stars in his eyes and basically wanted to give him the world, quote unquote. They played him because he wouldn't do what they wanted him to do. And if he did do what they wanted him to do, he turned up as an individual who no longer was serviced or needed in the industry. I'm starting to believe that Jaguar Wright, Gene Deal, and Orlando Brown is on to something. So what y'all thinking? Did Katt Williams just expose the real reason Bryshere Gray vanished from the spotlight? Or is this just another wild take that's too real for the industry to handle? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We are reading every single one. And if you rocking with these unfiltered breakdowns, they don't want you knowing. Go ahead and hit that like, smash that subscribe, and don't sleep. Click that next video popping on your screen right now.